Hey guys, what's up? Oof, it's Stanley Lecture 327. Just calling to say and leave me in a note because I'm back from vacation and now I'm home and it's 3:21 in the morning. So yeah, it's really, really, really early in the morning or really late at night, depending on if you're a morning person or a night person. I'm in between. Um, yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, but I'm back from the beach as of today. Got in earlier at like 7-ish. I always find something to mess with. Yeah, and it was kind of interesting. My last evening night thing was interesting because I met some guys there. A guy named Zach, Zach, Zach something. I can't remember. It started with a W, I think, and it was crazy. And then a guy named Sean Matthews. I remember Matthews because they had a 15-minute conversation about how shitty British people were. Then he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way," it was great. And the funny thing was, they walked up and they were like, "Wait, how old are you?" And I was like, "I'm 16." They're like, "Oh, that's so awesome." They're like, "We've been looking for people like around our age." The one dude was 19 and the other dude was 22. No, 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 no. 19 and 19, I think, maybe, possibly. Something like that. Yeah, but they were like, we've been looking for people like that weren't like 10 because this condo place where we have our like place that we stay down there, there's literally like old people, like geriatric people, like 60-year-olds, and then there's like 8-year-olds. There's nobody in between. It's great. So it was like me and these two guys, and they walked up to me, and the one dude, Sean, he had like two cigarettes like tucked under each of his ears, like you see like people with pencils, like that. I can't. Like he had pencils, he had cigarettes, two cigarettes. It was awesome. So right away I was like, these are two dudes that know what they're doing. Yeah. Um. So that was how my night started, and it was an awesome night because we sat up until like 2:59 ish was when I got back into my condo because I was sitting there using a Wi-Fi network because there's no Wi-Fi and I was on the Tumblr doing stuff. I don't know, whatever. Um, yeah, I was sitting there on my Tumblr and then I was like, okay, there's two dudes here, and then we like stood sat there and like sat there bullshitting for like half an hour, and then I was like, they're like, do you have any cigarettes? Like in the middle of the conversation, I was like, maybe. They're like, we should totally go get them. And I was like, well, the problem is, mi madre is kind of awake and like camping where they were. So I couldn't really get them. So as we were walking back up, this like group of like three people were walking down, and Sean and Zach, they were like, do you want to get fucked up drunk? And then one of the dudes who's really snarky is like, do you want to get drunk? Do you want to get drunk up fucked? And I was like, ah, this is gonna be a great night. Um, so yeah, basically that happened, and then me and Zach were just sitting, or me and Sean. Sean didn't get it, so Sean was fucking like he turns to me like right after they walked by. He's like, fucking assholes. We're offering them free liquor. What the hell? And then I was like, yeah, they don't get it. And Zach was like, oh, they're just being snarky. So then I left, Went inside. My mom was like, and I was like, I'm gonna go out for a little longer. And then I was out for like 10 minutes. Then I went back in. And then my mom went to bed. And then I grabbed my cigarettes and snuck out the back like a boss. And then I walked down to them. And we were sitting there smoking. And then we are like, wait, let's go look for those people. I think they went down to the docks. So they grabbed some beer from their condo. And we like walked down to the dock. And there were like the people out on the dock. There's a dude named Nick. Alright, I remember Nick because he had a freaking awesome fro. And then there was this girl and this guy, and they were together, and it was interesting because they were just kind of, they were in the conversation. He was, and she wasn't. It was kind of weird. I don't know, whatever. I don't want to hate on them. They're pretty chill people. But it was funny because all of them, they're like, the dude with the fro, I think they're all like 20 something. Like, I was this little, like, ratty, snotty little ragamuffin 16-year-old, just like, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? I'm just gonna chill with you. So I did. It was awesome. And yeah, so you're standing out on this dock, like in the middle of the sound, like while a meteor shower was going on. It was great. So like we'd be having this random conversation about just stuff, like movies, anything, whatever, BSing mostly. But then like you'd look up every like 5 minutes and be like, oh, there was another one. And everyone would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh. It was awesome. It was awesome. But dude, when I first met the Zach and Sean, they were like, "Wait, are you gonna be here for a while?" And I was like, "No, I've been down for 2 weeks already. I'm leaving tomorrow." And they were like, "Fuck! We've been looking for people for like 4 days, and now I found you, and you're chill, and you're leaving." That was the way the evening started, and they just kept repeating that like all throughout the night. But then like we got to the dock, and this was only like an hour after I'd met them, and then we were sitting there bullshitting for an hour, and I was sharing all my like stupid stories that I have that I pretty much save when I'm with older people because older people like them because they're awesome. And then like everyone in the group turns to me is like I think it was the oldest guy. He's like, so wait, did anybody catch this guy's name? He was referring to me. They're like, all right, everyone's exchanged names, but like when everyone did that, I was like coming down to the dock, and they were all just chilling on the dock because I had to go back and get my cigarettes and come back. Yeah, no, but so everyone was chilling on the dock, so everyone had already exchanged names. So I walked up and I was like, all right, what's everybody's name? And I was like, this is Nick with the awesome fro. He was chill as shit. Dude is an awesome fro, and then like this dude and his girlfriend, and I caught their name, but it didn't stick. um, Nick's name stuck because he had an awesome fro, but the one dude that was with his girl, I guess, reminded me of my cousin John, so it was kind of weird. Um, and yeah, so we were just chilling, and then like an hour into this like conversation, this bullshit BS sesh that we held out on this dock with like 20-year-olds, and I was BSing it with the best of them. The funny thing was, all of my stories were legit, and they were like, "Where the hell do you live? Do you live in the ghetto somewhere? Do you live in a ghetto?" I was like, "I live 15 minutes from a ghetto," so it was like whatever. Um, yeah, it was crazy, and I was telling crazy stories and shit was happening. It was crazy. No, but then like an hour after into this bullshit sesh, they're like, the oldest dude's like, "Wait, what's your name, dude?" And Zach and Sean was like, "Wait, we never caught his name." And oh god, it was great. It was so great. Because nobody had caught my name, so Zach and Sean didn't know my name, and I'd known them an hour longer than I know the other guys. And I knew all of their names at that point. It wasn't at the point in the night where I like had forgotten the dude with his girl's name. Like it wasn't to that point in the night. Like I knew his name, so I was the like outcast. It was great. So they were ragging on me like the whole time. Then one of them was like, Zach was like, dude, if I was you, I wouldn't take this shit. I'd just be like, I'd go back to my condo, wake up my parents, be like, fuck it, we're leaving tonight. This is shit. This is bullshit. We're out of here. Peace out. I like started walking halfway down the dock, and I was just laughing. And then I turned around and was like, ah, so hateful. Then I like walked back, and they were like, and then one of them was like, well, one of them, Sean was hammered, hammered. All right, let's put it this way. Zach was standing there with a beer. Sean was standing there with a red Solo cup full of rum. That's the way the night went. And he'd met me when he was hammered. Zach met me when he was hammered. They were both hammered. Zach handled it a little bit better, and Zach, as soon as I met him, I was like, dude, you remind me of my friend Andy Eisenberg. 100%. Like, just this snarky, condescending, hilarious, but still nice as hell. Like, this just dude. It was awesome. Yeah, no, that was awesome. But then I had to leave. Then I snuck him back into my condo at, like, this time, 3:31. That was when I went to bed. It was awesome. And then I drove the next morning all the way home. Or 3 hours of the way home. 3.5 hours. And it's a 5-hour drive. Well, what? I did illegal things because I'm not supposed to drive in other states. Yeah, boy! Yeah, it was cool because they were like, the really drunk dude's like, I bet I can do a cartwheel. and or it somehow got to like cartwheels, and so they were like, all right, who around here can do a cartwheel? And then Sean was like, I can do a cartwheel, and he did like that classic like 6-year-old, and you just kind of spin around on the ground cartwheel. And I was like, well, I can do a car. I don't want to be an asshole, but I can do a cartwheel. And they were like, bullshit. Let's see. I like did like a perfect cartwheel, and they were just like, oh, look at this, we got a badass over here. It was like classic. It was great. Yeah, and they're like, okay, so who can do a handstand? And Sean immediately is like, I can do a handstand, motherfuckers. He goes up and he goes into the handstand and immediately like flops on his back. Just like imagine he's just sitting like that. He's like sitting like this, and it's like handstand immediately onto his back. Wait, I have to do it. He's like, this is it. This is his like arms, by the way. So it's like immediately on his back. It was great. It was hilarious. And I was like, I don't want to brag back into a handstand. And so they're like, okay. And I had to like take off like my ring and stuff. And I took all my phone. Oh, by the way, look at this. Look at this. My phone is cracked now. Yeah. Yeah. But I had to take my phone out of my pocket. And I did all that. And then I was just chilling there. And they're like, okay, I doubt you can do a handstand. And I got up and I did this handstand and I held it for about 10 seconds. And I was just like, stop, bitches. And they're like, okay, so you can do a cartwheel, you can do a handstand. You're either a gymnast or you're gay. And I was like, see, kind of do parkour. And they're like, wait, you do parkour? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, all right, show us something. All right, and now on this dock, you go down this dock. All right, you go down this dock, and then it widens, goes out for a little bit, then like boxes off, and it's railed in. But so right at the end of like the slim part of the dock, it goes out in like a 45-degree angle. So I ran up at the like say the here I'll do a drawing. I'm gonna do a drawing for you because I'm awesome. All right. So basically, if you look at Exhibit A, all right, you come down this dock, and then there's this thing right here, and this right here is out over the water. So I was here, and I ran up, planted my hands here, leaned out over the water, then did a handstand up from here, with like my one hand here, like one in there, and then did a handstand, and then threw myself back into the middle of the dock. And they were like, what? And then the old dude was like, I didn't see you, gotta do it again. And I did it again. He's like, what? And then another dude tried to do it. Sean. Sean tried to do it. Ran at it, jumped up, tried to plant his hands, went over, and fell into the sound. Fell into the water. Like, legit. It was the most legit thing I've ever seen in my life. It was epic. It was great. And then right afterwards he got out and he's like, alright, I could do that. And then he's like, for that, I give you props. Here's my rum. And I like take his rum and I like swigged it and he was just like, okay. And you just shot, like, basically shot rum and didn't even make a face. Yeah, you got a high five for that. It was awesome. It was quite an epic night. And now I'm back. Yeah, you all wish your vacation. My vacation wasn't good up until the last night. That's basically where I'm getting at. So basically I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna go back 'cause I'm tired. Yeah, I am actually really tired. All right, uh, guys, I'll talk to you later. And this is Dan Electro 327 signing out. I'm back from vacation and I'm back to kick ass. Bye.